So what if Nigerians worked as hard as Chinese? You know, I like going with numbers to explain what I have to say. Now, Nigeria has 220 million people. Biggest economy in Africa with 447 trillion US dollars. Biggest economy in Africa with 477 billion dollars. And so, they are called the giants of Africa. But here's the number that should make Nigerians feel so bad. Nigerian 2.8 trillion. That could be the number which would be the economy of Nigeria if they worked as many hours as China is working. Again, let's go back to the math and explain how I got there. China has 1.4 billion people. Their GDP, $18 trillion. Now, here's the beautiful part. Average hour per week for work, 49 hours. And manufacturing makes 27% of their GDP. So they're building stuff. So the money that they make, 27% of it comes from building things only. Now, Nigeria with 220 million people, that's like a seventh of the population of China. But guess the hours average per week for work? 35 hours on average. And manufacturing in their GDP is only 9%. Yet, with 35 hours of work and 9% of manufacturing in their GDP, they're still the biggest economy of Africa. I think Africa will still have a problem. But let's use the case of a guy like Aliko Dangote from Nigeria. 13 billion, richest man of Africa. And he built the Dangote group from trading sugar, cement, and other stuff. And this is only one man. Now, let's imagine a scenario in which Nigeria only had hundreds of guys like Dangote or 1,000 of guys like Dangote. That is how China built themselves. So Chinese understood that they might not be smarter than everybody else. They might not invent something which nobody else has brought. But they realized that they can overwork than everybody else. China had exactly the same situation as Nigeria. Young population, natural resources, coastline, and China built itself to become a largest economy of the world, while Nigeria was not yet willing to overwork to secure a good future. Now, this is one secret that Dangote understood. And this one guy and 219,999,999 did not understand yet. Okay, but just to mean that at least a few people understood that work ethic is as important. And those few people built the richest dudes of Nigeria. The rest are still debating now whose fault. Is it Tinubu or anyone else? And if Nigeria can fix this, Nigeria will save a lot of other African countries. Because Dangote not only has invested in Nigeria, but in so many other African countries, changing their economies. Then imagine if we had thousands of them in Nigeria, thousands of them in East Africa, thousands of them in Southern Africa. But America wouldn't mean a thing to Africa. But we're still too lazy for that. Just trying to say the truth. Yeah. Thanks so much for being here. Catch you 6 p.m. Goma time tomorrow.